Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this deck video I'm going to take a look at Odd Warrior in the post-nerfs Boomsday metagame. First of all, however, I have to say that right now it looks like Odd Warrior is struggling. I'm struggling to break 50% win rate with Odd Warrior, no matter what I do it seems, and also statistics indicate that it is one of the bottom tier decks right now. It can still be great if you hit just the right pocket in the metagame, but having all these death rattle decks around, having some return of combo decks like Shadowrock Shaman going on, Odd Warrior is under a lot of pressure right now. So in general, what does Odd Warrior do? Odd Warrior is currently the most fatigue style control deck there is. It is a deck that for the most part aims to have answers for all the threats its opponents can muster, and then eventually win the game from there. It has a few threats of its own, mostly focused around the hero power of Dr. Boom, Mad Genius. So once you become Boom, your mechs will have a lot more value. So Boom hero power will give you more mechs, you will be able to do other things with that hero power, including damage. Omega Assemblies suddenly became a bunch of rush minions, and your existing mechs in the deck, Dinomatic and Zoolock, also become much more threatening. In addition to fatigue, that's the main Odd Warrior late game. It has an alternative kind of late game, because Daihon Hatchlings can give you some more 6/9 Daihons into your deck, and there's Elise the Trailblazer that gives you an Ungora pack, there's Zola the Gorgon that can give you another Elise, so that you can get another pack. So those things can also help you get some value in the late game, but overall the threat density of Odd Warrior builds right now is pretty thin. And when you're all about removal, then what sort of removal is that? Odd Warrior makes extensive use of the Baku buffed hero power, so the Warrior hero power in Odd Warrior will actually give you 4 armor, which means that Reckless Flurry becomes an extremely good board clear card. Because if you have 5 mana available, even if you have no existing armor, just press the button, boom, you have 4 armor, Reckless Flurry, 4 damage to the entire board. And there can be even more coming if you happen to have a shield block in hand and a little bit more mana. So shield block, hero power, Reckless Flurry, that's 9 to the whole board. Likewise, the Odd Warrior hero power and shield block work extremely well with Shield Slam, so if you're facing something like an Even Warlock, they play an early Giant, but the Giant cannot be so early that if you happen to have a Shield Slam in hand, you will have enough time to press your button sufficiently to be able to just Shield Slam the Giant away. In addition to Shield Slams and Reckless Flurries, there's also 2 copies of Brawl, so there are 4 board clear cards in this deck, 2 Brawls and 2 Reckless Flurries. In order to be able to save these board clears a little bit, there's also a Mind Control deck in this list. There are also many lists that are running 2 copies of Mind Control deck. That's definitely something that you can keep in mind. I have opted to go for 1 Mind Control deck and 1 Thinkmaster Overspark in this list. Because Thinkmaster Overspark, in a deck that doesn't have a lot of minions on the board ever, and that facing stuff like Death Rattle decks, and that's facing stuff like Taunt Druids, Thinkmaster Overspark is just a great card to have in those matchups. In a more board flood based matchups, then Mind Control deck is obviously better. This list also includes a Big Game Hunter, which is good for dealing with Giants as well, dealing with Lich Kings. Although there are some lists that opt to drop the Big Game Hunter and just run a Faceless Manipulator instead, for an option to have a little bit more threats in the deck. This build also includes Darius Crowley, which is a really fun card, because if you're ever in a position where you can remove something with Darius that doesn't kill Darius while it's removed, then Darius will just grow and then it will mandate some removal, or it will trade 2 for 1. So very nice removal piece, this one. And there are 2 copies of Dinomatic, which is especially good against token builds such as something like Odd Paladin. Deal 5 damage randomly split among all minions except mechs. So Token Paladin has a bunch of tokens, very few of those are ever mechs. Boom. You can get rid of a pretty wide board. Or alternatively, if facing an opponent that has like a single 5 health minion on the board, you can also play Dinomatic on that, and it will deal 5 damage to exactly that minion. And the removal train doesn't even end here, because there's also Zoolock, which is a nice lifesteal rush minion, and there's 2 copies of Super Collider. And Super Collider is great at punishing boards that are relatively small, so a couple of big minions, you super collide into one, you take a bunch of damage of course, because you're hitting your face into that, but you make those minions fight each other, they probably both die. While you take some damage, you have that Baku buffed hero power that will enable you to recoup your losses. You're also able to react to other situations because there's a Gluttonous Ooze for weapon removal, and there's 2 copies of Ironbeak Owl for silence effects. So a very removal heavy list. This makes Odd Warrior good against aggro. It's good against some other control decks, ones that don't have an inevitability. Odd Warrior can grind out a lot of decks, because you're shuffling more stuff into your deck with the hatchlings, with Elise, you're removing all sorts of stuff, and then you just end up winning in fatigue. However, the problems start when there's a lot of death rattles on the board, you don't have a way to get rid of all of those, you can't really use your board clears to clear them, something like a token druid can be a nightmare, and also if the opponent has an inevitability, like Shudderwock Shaman. Shudderwock, 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 or Megatoon Druid. These sorts of decks that simply kill you no matter what your health total is, they can be very difficult to beat with Odd Warrior. So it's a fairly polarized deck. It has great matchups, it has really bad matchups. There are some in between, but overall it's a very meta-dependent deck, and right now meta doesn't seem to be very kind to Odd Warrior. That said, there are still good games to be had with this archetype, and as always I've recorded a bunch of gameplay material of this deck for you. It's going to show you both the ups and downs of this deck, the ways to take those sad losses and ways to glorious victories. Let's go take a look at how Odd Warrior works. We can try with the Dino Medic. Let's see. What kind of rogue? He kept this card so it could be a quest rogue.
None will survive.
Quest rogue would be difficult, to say the least. Well, it's not a quest rogue. And it's not Odd Rogue either. Wondering what this one is going to be. Because if it's Malygos, I would actually want to armor up here. If it's Death Room, there can't be 3 Malygos rogues in a row and these ranks. That's just not going to be possible. This has to be Death Rattle Rogue. In which case the Stonehill is fine here. Are you telling me there are 3 Malygos rogues in a row here? What I do know is that I need to... Let's assume it's Malygos rogue again. That would be very strange, facing 75% Malygos rogue. It's not Malygos rogue. Then playing a minion would have been better, actually. No, this is still fine. This is Miracle Rogue, by the way. This is pretty sweet. But this Dino Medic answers the current board perfectly. Okay, so this one is Miracle. This is not Malygos. And not Death Rattle. Okay, but now we have some sense of normalcy in the world. Knowing what we're up against, finally. Well, this deck definitely runs Vilespine Slayers. I'm really prepping an Eviscerate here. That seems like such a waste. Why would you do that? That does seem like such a waste. Well, I suppose I'll gem Darius. He can still play Flame Elemental into Vilespine, obviously. I have the alternative to play just a Stonehill, which doesn't really do much though. I guess we'll play the Darius. Play Darius, kill a minion. Take away a little bit of the pressure. Darius can't kill the spiders anyway. When it comes down, it's a 4/4. I mean, it can kill a spider, but it doesn't grow. So now this forces him to respond to the Darius instead of doing whatever he wanted to do in the first place. And probably it's a Vilespine. I would assume so. Which left no mana to play a Cold Blood or something like that. I don't think it's boom time yet. I think I can just drop Elise here. Let's drop the Elise. We got a 5/5 on the board. Obviously Cold Blood's in this deck. I have Shield Block, I have Flurry. When spiders come out, then it's probably time to Flurry. And sacrifices the small stuff. I don't think I mind that. Ooh, Cold Blood coming out down. 1 or 2. That's a pretty nice move. And with that fellow too. But it's not nice enough. Because I can Shield Slam this and then I can Think Master the Edwin. 3 mana, plus 3 mana, 6 mana. Would I like to use a Shield Block? Because I can't play taunts anyway. No, I suppose this is fine. Just tank up. Shield Slam the 11-4. And Think Master the Edwin. See whether we get a 5/5 or a 1/1. We get a 5/5 this time. Which is less than stellar, but it might still be fine. Cold Bloods are gone now anyway. And the Edwin became half the size it was. Oh, but I will have to Flurry here. So I don't get to wait for the spiders. Then there might be some hope with the spider board. I need to do Shield Block Flurry. Well, Shield Block Flurry it is. And I suppose it's a Stonehill Defender rather than armor now. Gem-studded Golem seems pretty sweet. That's a nice minion. He has spent 1 Wildspine. He has another Wildspine in the deck, of course. And then there can be some spiders. There can be many spiders, in fact. And 1 more piece of hard removal. And Big Game Hunter doesn't do anything in this matchup, really. So I suppose this is a Stonehill Defender turn. I can pick up more of these golems. I can play a golem. 6 cards in hand. I can play the Omega Assembly too. Dino-Medic, Meat Wagon, Harvest Golem. Not the greatest mix of cards of all time, but I suppose it's fine. There can obviously be Saps as well, but I mean, Sap is still not really pushing damage here. Not in any great quantities anyway.
A tactical error.
Now I'm not sure what his point is. Okay, time to go in all in with Myras. That can be strong. I would need to have a removal spell. I have another Flurry in the deck, and I have 2 Brawls in the deck, but I haven't found any. So it is definitely possible to lose this.
I'm out of cards.
Love this Myra's play. That's a sweet play. And I didn't find hard removal. Now he may or may not have more Wildspines in hand. And that's 12, 16, 20, 22 damage. Boom into Harvest Golem removes a little bit of something. He can have another Sap too. Actually need to play that Boom now. Oh, I was too slow to do the move. That might be bad for me. Yeah, I actually needed to play the Boom, because in order to win this game, I will have to top deck Brawl. And if he saps my big taunt if I play a taunt, then there will be no chance for me to top deck a Brawl, because my card will be just burnt. But I suppose I did need to kill 1/4/4 here. Although that would make up a free spot to play Leroy or something. But yeah, interesting game, and he definitely played with the correct strategy. That Myros was a good line. I've done this countless of times myself when I'm playing this exact rogue archetype. And I actually went undefeated against Odd Warrior with this rogue archetype. It's just very solid. Of course, if I had found 2 board clear spells in the top half of my deck, out of the 4 I have, there would be no problem. But I didn't. And there's a Zoolock. There's a Zap Cannon. So if I do Dino Medic into Zoolock, I could heal for 6. This is still the line, right? I think this is still the line. Such a shame that I couldn't kill anything. That might be slightly better in the end. I think I'm dead though. Am I just dead on board? Yeah, I'm just dead on board here. Now I know it's a Miracle Rogue. So I hold on to the Brawl. Let's see what else I can find. Alright, we get a rematch. That's interesting.
None will survive.
We'll see. Alright, no Cold Blood opener, that's good. If you had played the Flame Element on Cold Blood at this Firefly, that would have been rough. But so far, this is fine. Now this time he has to be digging a little bit. Didn't immediately have all the answers. No, we play the Defender. Sentry can be good with the Brawl. We'll pick Sentry up because I don't have Silence or anything like that, so maybe there's a position where I need to Brawl away an Edwin. It's possible. That kind of situation can definitely come up. Well, now I have the Silence. So do I want to use the Shield Slam yet? There aren't that many bigger minions in the deck. Except for Edwin, of course, but now I already have the Silence, so I suppose I'm slamming that one away. Do I hit this one down to 1 health? Yeah, let's do that too. It makes it more difficult for him to use Cold Blood with this one. Severely limits the usability of this Firefly. Alright, alright. Seeing some more fans, that's cool. Fearful Mega Assemblies in hand. I guess I could pick up an Etin here. I guess Etin will be fine. Let's try that. Now, obviously it's probably just going to get Vilespine Slayered. But still. The alternative was Wax Elemental, which really isn't that powerful. Ooh, a Thug. And
the Brotherhood shall prevail.
Edwin. Nice, nice. So I can take this one down with the Super Collider. I hit here, Edwin goes down to 5, I Super Collide there, Edwin goes down to 4, and Edwin kills the Thug. I take a little bit of damage, but I think that will be acceptable. Time to Super Collide. Pow. There goes the Edwin, there goes the Thug. Do I want to spend the coin? No, I don't think that will be necessary. I could have spent the coin to get 4 more armor if I felt that was needed. But I don't think it was. No, sadly I didn't have enough mana to... I was 1 mana off of being able to play Owl. Although Owl Collider would not have been that great either, I suppose. I think I want to get rid of this now. I could save Super Collider charges to deal with spiders. That would be an option. So I have to choose. Sap is pretty likely to be in hand. These Omega assemblies are a bit stuck in my hand too. If I could find Dino-Medic, that would be sweet. These are not Dino-Medics. Scorpo-Medic. I'll grab the Scorpo-Medic. And it's still full. Still no Dino-Medic. Steel Rage might be fine. I think I'll just do this. And wait for now. 9 cards in hand, so if he wants to sap a Scorpo-Medic, he can burn 1 card. Not a very useful thing to do. I have a Rush mech. I'm kind of expecting something like Cold Bloods here. But I guess no Cold Bloods. He wants to keep drawing minions, okay. So the Vile Spines are just about guaranteed to be in hand at this point, obviously.
A tactical error.
I'm not sure what is the tactical error he is referring to. I suppose this is a fine time to use a charge from this. In order to use it, I need to spend a Steel Rager to kill this one, though. Then I can kill both of those. Being down to 1 armor is fine. I can go in a hatchling here. It's good. Obviously there are saps and stuff available, but now sap on this doesn't really matter. I have all the Sentry Brawl plays and everything is open to me right now. Already seen Edwin.
This guy's toast.
I'm just going to go for a Vile Spine. Okay. I don't know why he's saying tactical error all the time. I really have no idea what that's all about. There's probably another Vile Spine. Yeah, still has a bunch of spiders there. So I could kill these. If I play Furious Etin, he's likely going to just Vile Spine it. I think it's actually fine at this point. Let's just play this. Let's get the last Vile Spine out, then I will probably Brawl. Then I still have 1 more Brawl after that. Oh, I'll just get a sap. I was hoping for a Vile Spine. Getting just a sap is a little bit sad. Just looking for more. Why do you say a tactical error after every turn? Yes, I can see that.
A tactical error.
Now I think it's time to squelch. This flurry is so good, also against the spiders, though. Would I simply Brawl this? I could even do Sentry Brawl. 7 mana. Shield Slam the Survivor. I think that's alright.
Nice little raptors.
I'll say I hold on to the Flurry because the Flurry can guaranteed clear a spider board after he plays Myras. Tug wins. Well, I Shield Slam the Tug. It's okay. More spiders. That was to be expected. And there's 1 more Vile Spine. There could be another sap. Now that would be an interesting opportunity to make more copies of the Furious Etin. Because he does not have unlimited amounts of ways to get rid of taunts. So I think this will be fine. Let's make a golden copy of that in my hand. And then he has the Strider up. He still has the Cold Bloods left. And that's the Vile Spine that I was expecting. But this board is now clearable with Super Collider. So I don't mind this too much yet. Both Vile Spines are gone then. Just hit there. And boom. I can develop the Etin again. And go to 22. So even though there is... Even though if there's like Leroy Leroy Shadow Step type of things. It's not necessarily Leroy Coldblood, of course, not Leroy Shadow Step. I think this is as good a time as any to develop the Gluttonous Ooze. No reason to play Dino Medic and weaken my own minions here. Okay, here come the spiders. A respectable number of spiders. That's half of his spider force is here. He still has both Coldbloods, he still has Leroy. He still has one sap, so that's the final sap. No more saps after this one. Saps are spent, Vilespines are spent. Taunts will need to be removed with damage. And then I will hit here. I don't think I need to do anything too special yet. Taunts will have to be removed with damage because Vilespines and Saps have been spent. Just hit there. I'll do a Dino Medic. It's almost guaranteed to kill one. And then I'll play the Daihon Matriarch. I'm at 25. And there's 9 health on the board that he has to push through with damage now, because both Saps and both Vilespines are gone. So even if he has Leroy, even if he has Coldbloods... So that's still not enough damage. Even with the Leroy, even with the Coldbloods. He's still not there. Intriguing though. Very intriguing. He has one Coldblood left. I mean, I have the option to go boom. I think it's better to just go with Deathin. Just kill off the Leroy. Kill off a spider. Play an Deathin. Go to 11 health. He has one Coldblood left. No Eviscerates. Nothing like that. And I have the Reckless Flurry. So if he makes a spider board, I can always kill a spider board. And this is the time when we go Myra's and Big Game Hunter time.
I'm out of cards.
No, this was completely fine. Well, he can get rid of the taunt now if he likes. But I mean, he doesn't have threats left. So now that I flurry these away and play another taunt minion, then what? Then the game's over. I really need a board clear. I might keep Stonehill. That can help me stall for a board clear. Alright. Well, we're up against the Murloc Mage. Let's see how this one goes this time. This time he's on the coin. We can expect a lot of Murlocs. Oh, has the Tidecaller in the opening hand. That's solid always. Not much I can do about it yet either. And he's going to play more Murlocs obviously, so Thinkmaster cannot just change that into something else. This might just run over the game. It's completely possible. I think I need the Stonehill Defender. Into what? Gastropod? Second Ziliax? I suppose Gastropod, because I have to have something to play next turn. Gastropod, of course, is not going to stop very much. If he can't find a War Leader, maybe there's something that can be done here. Okay, alright. Dino Medic. Dino Medic is not good enough when they have the Seer. It's good enough when they don't have the Seer, but when they find the Seer, then it's no longer good. Well, Gastropod will kill one of these Murlocs probably, but this one is at 4 health, so it cannot be killed even with the Ziliax. Gentle Megasaur. Are you kidding me? This is a perfect curve. Like seriously, are you kidding me? This curve is nuts. Now I have to top deck a brawl. Well, there's my brawl. Let's play it. Okay. Now there's still a chance. The second best minion from his perspective won the brawl. Or the second biggest minion. At least it's not a Murloc. Some consolation in that. I need to kill the wall leader with the Ziliax, I think. That leaves this one out here, which can still grow. But it has less health, so there's a chance that I can deal with that with the Dino-Medic. Depending on how many more minions he has, and whether he has minions that have a lot of health in hand. He has the minion with a lot of health in hand. That's annoying when that happens. Can't shield slam and play a taunt. I have to just play the taunt. He has one card in hand. So if that card if he has a fireball, that's lethal.
The future is ours.
It was Luna. And a Rockpool Hunter, which allows him to draw. This is crazy. This is just crazy. I think I died again. I can get Reckless Flurry with the shield block. But I don't. But I could have. Five, 8. Yeah, I'm dead. I think I'll try with something like this. And I'm able to find a Dino-Medic too. Okay, let's see what kind of Paladin we're up against. Alright, it's an odd Paladin. Okay, okay. So far so good.
Reporting for duty.
Looking forward to maybe getting that Dino-Medic out there. Hopefully in turn 4. But he might have too much stuff by that time. It's possible. Yeah, next turn he's going to have more stuff, so Dino-Medic doesn't kill everything. Then I have the option to also get Super Collider first, but then if he has... Do I need to shield block now? To draw another card. I may even have to brawl next turn. I may need to shield block in order to look for more cards. I would hate to brawl next turn though.
Speak your peace.
I think I have to still Dino-Medic this turn, right? It should kill the majority of the Silverhand recruits. This 5-1 protector is pretty nasty though. I still think this is the line. You Dino-Medic. Killing only 3 minions. Oh, what is he doing now though? Why is he doing this? This makes no sense. I don't think that made any sense.
Reporting for duty.
So there's got to be at least a Divine Favor in that hand. I'm still at 23. If I Super Collider, I can kill the Protector. Nothing else will die though. But I get rid of the Divine Shield. If I Dino-Medic... Dino-Medic is better. There's a chance that it will kill the Silverhand recruits. This Dino-medic was much more on point. This Dino-medic knew where to shoot.
Reporting for duty.
But this is still really weak.
For duty.
So what is that one card there? I think I needed Celiax here. Do I magnetize the Celiax? I can make a 7. I could make a 7/5. That would kill this. Yeah, let's magnetize the Celiax. Make a 7/5 and kill his 5 attack minion and heal for 7. So then even if he has a level up, if he doesn't have a level up, then he's just going to heal me a lot here. So I'm back to full.
Reporting for duty.
And even if there is a level up, there is a level up, it's still not a huge problem. Although it does deal 10 damage here. Well, that's a timely flurry. I suppose that's a flurry turn. I don't have to spend the brawl. This will be fine. This card still reminds me... I still think this is a Divine Favor, which means that he gets refill.
For duty.
Okay, it could be a Fungal Mancer. That's cool, I can Super Collide here. But I can still armor up. So leave him with just one of these 3 trees on the board. I would like to get rid of my cards faster if I could. Just to play around Divine Favor, but so far I haven't been able to do that. More mushrooms. Thing is, if I hit here, it's not guaranteed. It's 50% to kill the Fungal Mancer. Then I will need to shield, block, shield slam. That costs 4 mana. Then I can still play the Hatchling. I think rolling this 50-50 is fine. I win the 50-50 roll. Shield, block, shield, slam, Hatchling. I managed to play some cards from the hand. I mean, this card, it has to be... Well, it could be Silence, maybe? Oh, it's Leroy. Didn't expect that.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, a Purifier Small. That's beautiful. Oh, that's a nice Purifier Small you've got there. I think I'll flurry this board. Hit there so that they hit the Divine Shields away. Flurry into Boom, right? Yeah, let's flurry into Boom. I could have also tried to Boom first, in case I happen to hit... Well, this Hero Power would have done it. I would not have needed to flurry necessarily.
Reporting for duty.
No, I didn't have this. I had the other one, of course. What am I talking about? That's a nice Omega Assembly. Let's use it. Missile Launcher. Not the time to do Missile Launcher yet. Let me just trade these in. Play a Galvanizer. Just in case he runs Weapon Removal, I don't equip the Super Collider yet. But it looks like we're pretty stable now. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. I mean, he has 1 level up left, and that's pretty much it. The new boom is reason one experiences Hearthstone's fun at times. Yeah, that definitely contributes to it. Oh, this will be so sad for him. Hit, and kaboom, and play a Missile Launcher. So now there's no more level ups either.
The victory is
That's game. anything that the priest can do. I guess maybe not. Let's see. Hi, Tuan. I'm uncertain what kind of priests people are playing nowadays. Is it combo or is it the OTK? Or just some tempo based? I've seen a few lists, of course, on the internet, but what is it that they're actually doing with priest? What kind of priest could this be? Well, let's find out. Interesting.
None will survive.
None will survive. He mulliganed all the cards, so that's an upside for me. He probably doesn't have what he likes there. Look, I've been trying to make regular old Control Warrior work the last couple of days and it's not working. Yeah, the hero power just isn't strong enough to keep you alive. That's the thing. That's why Dead Man's Hand also isn't very good right now. Stuff like this hero power and reckless flurry. Such incredibly strong combinations. And you just can't pull it off unless you run a Baku deck. This could be an OTK build. If it's an OTK build, it can do something, how much? 60? 70? It really depends on the shadow visions, now doesn't it? Let's rejam a Stonehill Defender on the board. Well, these cards are unlikely to be very powerful here. I think I'll pick a Direhorn. Maybe I can even use that as a threat at some point. I mean, he's going to have lots of cards in hand, so Grizzly is not exactly ideal. This of course closes out the venue for me to use Dino Medic, but I think I'll give it a try. 9 cards in hand. Well, we'll be chilling. I don't want to use Shield Block yet, because Shield Block can be used in combination with Flurry. A bunch of ways to use that. So probably OTK then. I don't have a real way to deal with this Celiax. That's fascinating. My hand is full, so I have to do something, so I guess I will coin the Direhorn. Let's see what I can pick up for this one. If I could pick up, like... I need to pick up something different. It already has Taunt. Oh, then I need to pick up Poisonous. So Celiax makes me think that this is the OTK. OTK Resurrect. But Celiax is like a card, you can put Celiax in anything. And Celiax is always fine. I need to kill that one off. And I think I'm chilling for now. 9 cards in hand, so next turn I have to play something. But this is also a deck where a Mind Control deck might actually be useful when he Spellstones. So... I don't want to waste this stuff. If he still does nothing, and he can do nothing because he has only 9 cards in hand, so he doesn't have to play a card yet, then I have to waste a card.
Not all who wander are lost.
Well, that's an interesting approach. He wants that Velen into his Resurrect pool. He really wants the Velen out there. Okay. I have no way to transform Velen into anything else yet. My hand is full. I guess I'm jamming the Dino Medic out there. Dino Medic over playing the Crowley. Now he has Celiax and Velen in the Resurrect pool. Yeah, this is the Velen OTK. I'll need to get really high. Because once he finds Shadow Visions, he will, in this matchup, he will try to find the Mind Blast with Shadow Visions. And then he will try to get the Velens, Maligis, whatnot on the board. And then he can just deal like a lot of damage.
Not all who wander are lost.
Okay, Velen making immediate comeback. But I have a good kill on Velen here. I could do it either with the Dino Medic, or I can do it with the Darius. And I think I want to save the Dino Medic, because there's a chance that he plays the Cloning Gallery. And Dino Medic is pretty good at dealing with that one too. So I think I'll ditch my Darius here, in order to have enough power here to kill this Velen again. We got to see one Resurrect effect, so that's nice. Still 9 cards in hand, but I need to stay very high. He needs to find the Shadow Visions, and he needs to find Mind Blast with the Shadow Visions. That's pretty much the story of this game. There's the cloning gallery. This is a hard position, because if the Malygos lives, that's a huge problem. One minion will live after the Dino Medic. All of them are pretty good. There's 2 Gilded Gargoyles, which I've heard. I actually can't play Mind Control Tech here. I can't play the Flurry, obviously. I think I need to just play the Dino Medic. If Malygos lives, that would be a huge problem. That one living is fine, I guess. Although he does get the second coin afterwards with this line now. He will burn 1 card from the draw, but he will get the second coin when this one dies. He burnt 1 spellstone. That's a piece of good news. I don't have to hurry too much, but this Frostmourne is also a big problem because it can start dealing damage through my armor. I don't particularly want to give him a Ziliax at this point. Thinkmaster doesn't seem very useful now. Probably need to silence the Radiant Elemental. There are definitely some issues right now. It might actually be good that he has Frostmourne, because if he gets bad minions into Frostmourne, that's beneficial to me. Obsidian statue. That's interesting. Can I give him a Direhorn Hatchling? Does this priest have a certain maximum burst? Well, Kamina, it's pretty difficult to calculate, because he can, in some cases he can get multiple Velens on board and multiple Malygoses on board, and with Shadow Visions he can get multiple copies of Mind Blast and Holy Smite, and he can have multiple coins in it. So, how many Velens, how many coins, how many Mind Blasts, how many Holy Smites? But it can quite comfortably, with a good hand, it can deal something like 60. But sometimes it can only deal like 40. So, who knows? I'm wondering if I need to kill the Obsidian statue. I may need to. I don't want to transform the Obsidian statue. I'll just Shield Slam the Obsidian statue here. It's probably fine. Play the Hatchling. He will get a Hatchling, of course. Eventually. If he wants one. I'm trying to potentially find a position where I could Thinkmaster something, but I'm not sure if I can get there. He doesn't want a Hatchling. Interesting. Oh, he just messed up. Less interesting. I thought he didn't want a Hatchling because he didn't want to contaminate his Resurrect pool. He's already contaminating it a little bit with the Dino Medic. I figured he would not want that. Gets a bunch of Lyra cards. That's all interesting and everything. But how much do I need to react to this Lyra? Tough questions. If I let the Lyra stay, he's going to have a lot of priest spells. I could take a 50-50 with the Thinkmaster to try to get rid of it. Then I can't think the Malygos. I think I still have to try with the Think. Didn't hit the Lyra. Unfortunate. I'll drop this one down here, but this one is probably going to eat a Shadow Word Death. I think that's fairly likely at this point. But I can't use my Reckless Flurry because I can't get rid of my armor, because then I open the way for his OTK. I had another opportunity to do a brawl, like Thinkmaster into brawl or something, but I might still need some brawls later on. But this will be a good position to brawl now that he procs the Frostmourne. This will obviously be a good position for a brawl. Plays around Mind Control Tech. Gets more Lyra cards. And makes my brawl weaker too. I have the option to drop Gluttonous into brawl. I could also brawl first and then Ziliax later. If either of these wins, then Ziliax can kill them. I think I have to brawl now. Which is not ideal, because he has... Because this leaves me with just one brawl for a spellstone. But now if Lyra wins the brawl, I can still kill the Lyra. So that's the upside. But we'll see. I'm afraid that I will not have enough removal pieces to deal with this deck. He has 4 random spells now in hand. Okay, gets a 5/5 Radiant. That's cool. Oh! Gets a Ziliax into his hand. I guess that's pretty sweet too. Now I must not do anything too rash. You can obviously get some Resurrects going. And some Mind Blast and stuff coming. I need to try to be patient here. These are not the greatest minions. I mean, 5 mana is the sweet spot right now for my mana use, but other than that, this is obviously not a great minion. I need to play it and chill. Let's see. Battle Canuck. Hi, thank you for the vids. You're welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy them. Does he have lethal now? Because whenever Velen, Malygos or a Radiant Elemental sticks, there's a chance that that enables lethal. Because obviously now he can cast Spellstones cheaper, he can cast Eternal Servitude cheaper, then he can cast the Mind Blast cheaper. So those are really the OTK enablers. He gets a Velen, but he doesn't get another Radiant. He tries to get a Velen from this one too. Yeah, as you can see. But now because he doesn't have any coins, this might actually get tricky for him. That's so very interesting. He has spent both Servitudes and he has spent both Spellstones. He has 2 Lyra cards left though. That Mind Blast was from Lyra. Yeah, so that was a bonus Mind Blast. He still has the regular Mind Blasts left. Okay, where Flurry is worth it now? Yeah, now is probably... Now is just about the only time I can afford to try to Flurry this. And then I can still get another 9 armor. So maybe I will be able to survive this. So we Flurry. And we Shield block. And we tank up. Problem is, if he gets more Resurrect effects or if he just slams Malygos. Or if he can summon a copy of Malygos. That can be a problem too. It's a problem that I don't have an immediate answer to. I could take a 50-50 with the Brawl. I can try to Shield block into Shield Slam or Iron Beak Owl. This is rough. Yeah, Super Collider is not helping right now. So that's 10, 20, 34, 39. He can deal 39. Quite easily here. Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Yeah, I think that's a problem. But also, if I spent my Brawl here, that'd be kind of problematic too. You have to kill the Elise. Oh! Oh, he's letting me back into the game. Nice. I approve. Letting me back into the game, there's nothing I would like more. Obviously another Super Collider time, I don't want to take damage. Just want to blow up that Lich King and blow up this Malygos. Tank up a little bit. And do I want to play the Gluttonous? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. If he gets another Frostmourne. Yeah, I don't want to play the Gluttonous because there's a chance that he gets another Frostmourne. Now we have seen... Okay, we have not seen all the possible effects, it seems. He's trying to discover Mind Blasts here. I'm going to have to silence this Malygos. Unfortunately, I will have to silence that Malygos. The next Malygos I will have to try to brawl. But at least I can kill off the Radiant. So spells are no longer cheap. Then I silence that Mally. So now the damage spells are not supercharged. He can deal as much damage with the Mally as I can heal every turn. Don't to kill the Talnos. It draws another card for him. Does make his spells a little bit weaker. I suppose I do want to kill the Talnos. Yeah, I suppose I do. I need to armor up, obviously. Would he have played Frostmourne if he had it? Uncertain. Mr. Chess, I guess, is Fatigue Win an option? Yes, absolutely. If he doesn't kill me with Combo Burst, then I can beat this in Fatigue. I could also try to go Boom. But I think I'll drop the Ooze here. Let's see. I don't think he has a Frostmourne in hand. He played Death and Decay. Oh, yeah, true, he did. He did. So slowly getting my health total down, but only slowly. And now we find an Omega Assembly. And that gives me, ooh, it gives me a Ciliax. And it gives me a Dino-Medic. 5. That's 11 damage. So I could kill this Malygos now. No, not yet now. Next turn I could kill that Malygos. In theory, anyway. I think I'm equipping the Super Collider now. And armoring up again. Because he obviously still has that one Malygos remaining in the deck. There's that Malygos. And the Smite. And now let me see. I would have to be able to kill this Malygos. If I hit there, this Malygos goes down to 7. And this is 6 at least to it. So I need only 1 hit from those 5. Because there's a total of 21 health on board. And I have 6 plus 5, 11 plus 9. I have 20 damage. I'm fairly confident that I can do this. Whack there. Dino-Medic. Magnetized Ciliax into the Dino-Medic. Kill off the Malygos that gives... Kill off the Malygos that gives spell power. Yeah. So he still has a couple of Mind Blasts. And he has this Malygos that is dealing damage to me. But not much longer, right? I can go Boom at this point. Right? Or wrong? He's 2 cards deeper into Fatigue. He has a little bit over 10 damage from hand. I don't have to go Boom. I can just hit into the Mally. And I can Shield Slam it away. And at this stage... He has a couple of Lyra cards there. But he should be out of minions now. 7 cards in hand, 3 cards in deck. Let's play the Omega Assembly. Beryllium Nullifier. Well, even if he has like mind control, he can't deal with the Nullifier. I think I'll just play the Nullifier. I mean, he has Psychic Screams, right? Or something. Nine cards in hand, 2 cards in deck. I could have magnetized, don't do that. If this is a Tok'Bakal Druid, then you are going to see how I'm going to lose this matchup because I don't run Azalina. I can still lose to other druids too, of course. I can lose to Malygos Druid, I can lose to Token Druid, absolutely. But I don't win them with Azalina either, so it doesn't help me there. It's just I watch it for those of us who have been doing daily since beta. Yeah. Maybe. Druid kept almost his entire hand, so this should be a Wild Growth turn. Oh, that's just sick. That Wild Growth wasn't even kept in the mulligan. That feels bad. Okay. No idea what kind of druid. I mean, Golem isn't terrible. Neither is the Hatchling. And then we pick the Golem. We pick the bigger threat here. I have Darius that can potentially do something on 5. But I guess it's unlikely. Nourish. Yes. You would keep Nourish. Well, if there's a full hand kept, then I guess Nourish needs to be assumed. Oh, holy moly. That's a sweet turn. 3, was it? Okay. We're chilling here. Let's see. Skill is yet to be determined, but players can draw well and also be skillful. I guess that's ultimate infestation, right? That at least makes sense. I just don't feel like throwing away the Darius yet. But I also think I need to stem this tide a little bit. Well, let's at least kill one of these tyrants. And are we going to see a turn 5? Is this turn 5 or turn 6? Who was on the coin? He was on the coin. That was a turn 5 ultimate infestation, yes. His opening hand was Wild Growth, Nourish, Nourish, ultimate infestation. I don't know, I have trouble taking games like this seriously when this happens. Why would he throw away the minions? Oh, he's Token Druid. Intriguing. If I brawl, I just make my situation worse. I won't have enough mana, no matter what I do, to make my situation better. Mind control tech. I mean, I could try to brawl this one, but then I would still need to draw another removal piece, and he must not have damage buffs. I think I need to chill here. I played that turn poorly. No, I didn't. I was thinking I could play the Dino-Medic after I drew it, but of course I couldn't. But I could have played it after I play this. So is it going to be lethal? So I suppose this will be lethal. So it seems. Where if you get Geisted, you can play first the Mega-Toon, and then you will have the Floop in hand, which is also a Mega-Toon at 4 health. And then you can play the 4 health Mega-Toon and destroy that. But I can't remember the cards right now, what were they being used. But true, you can't swipe it. It's a zoo. How refreshing. There's actually a zoo. Alright, let's see what kind of zoo. Is it even a zoo? Tapping on 2 is rare to see from a zoo though. Soul Infusion is much more common to see. Uh-oh. That Soul Infusion. So, if I play Shield Block now, I will go up to 8 armor. He gets me down to 4 armor. But if I go to 7, hit, I go down to 3 armor again. I can still get to high enough armor level. I can play an Omega Assembly here, see if I can find... These were not what I was looking for though. I was looking for the Dino Medic. But this is okay. I have the ability to coin hero power Flurry. If he plays the... No, I don't. I do. But he hasn't used the Soul Infusion minion yet. I still think this is coin hero power Flurry. Yeah, that board is getting scary. Let's wipe this board out before he gets to play something like a Fungal Mancer on it. I still have the Super Collider here. I have Darius here. There's the card that he Soul Infusioned. But as it turned out to be this, then, well... I'm going to play the top deck Super Collider to make him think I don't have another. Megatoon doesn't play Floop. Joey, some list of Megatoon definitely do play Floop. I can guarantee you that. Actually, the original ones played, because they played around Geist. Floop is an anti-Geist deck in that particular deck. Okay, we keep hitting here. I think I also want the Darius out there. I can also use an Omega Assembly now. This cell launcher doesn't seem too bad. Maybe should I went for the rover though. He can obviously Soulfire this if he likes. Now he has had the Kelesset, so Kelesset buffs are coming in. White Warden. How does Floop count the Geist exactly? You see, the usual combo that you want to do with Megatoon Druid is that you play Megatoon, it costs 10 mana. Then you Innervate, and then you play Naturalize on the Megatoon. I think I'll do this with the Super Collider here. Let's Recipher and this one goes face. So that is the usual Megatoon combo. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.